Hello everybody and welcome to the UKY Bluegrass Showdown. Today we have Center's Overwatch Gold team facing off against, you will have to remind me.
This is Northeastern.
Northeastern, going against Northeastern. First map is going to be Ilios. Going to start out on that lighthouse map. Now I know last time that we saw Gold play, it was some really experimental comps, and I know that they've been talking a little bit more about what they want set in stone. I don't know if this applies. I don't know if this applies because I know that, you know, that was an NECC match. This is a UKY Bluegrass Showdown. Two completely different just sets. We could have some different people showing up just off rip. The order is messing me up, so I'm thinking that people are in spots that they aren't. This isn't super out of the ordinary. Pretty standard setup. That Rhine is not something that we see a whole lot of the time, but Rhine is just, it's an understandable pick. Going for the back teleport, throwing out the Symmetra so that they can get to Lighthouse much faster than anyone else, especially whenever they don't run. Oh, Toonie with the insta, just giving head taps to that Ashe. But yeah, just speeding onto site as they do not have a Symmetra or a Lucio. Oh, and then TPing up to aggress on that Baptiste. The no-dite goes out. and they get the Baptiste. What aggressive play. What an aggressive play. So, of course, leaving Joseph on point just in case D.Va were to show up, and D.Va does. Nobody even close to death at this point. D.Va way deep. They might be able to get that. Ooh, unfortunately, Who's James does fall in the commotion. Tracer takes out Who's James. I wonder if Who's James is looking for the swap now that that teleport has sort of been exhausted, and that might not be as surprising later on. Oh, that was really nice. That's D.Va out of mech, and then the wall pops up just to sort of just cement her fate. Just getting a handful of picks here. It's not looking great in Center's favor at the moment. That's just a quick death, quick little death right there. While that was a really interesting play off the rip and it got them a lead, it was only 20%. They were not able to hold that site for very long. It felt like quite a long time as they got a handful of picks, but they just couldn't quite hold it for probably as long as they would have liked. Of course, they would have liked to have held it the entire game, but as we see now, Northeastern has already caught up in percentage. They're going to decide to go up top here. They are pretty close to window and could probably get beat in this next fight. Unfortunately, that pulse bomb takes out Who's James off rip again. They're going to have to push this without their Symmetra. Symmetra is going to be kind of difficult to really make up for here, as you know, D.Va just isn't affected by a lot of these characters. Of course, Galvanijo might be able to go in and do some damage, but that beam is going to be what they're looking for. Now everybody's back in. They're going to amp forward. They're going to push, try and get really aggressive here. They have the beat. They TP onto site. There we go. That Bob is on site. Can't quite get the Bob off of site, so they are going to beat. That is going to be Northeastern's rush. Threw me off for a second because it's blue, but we are red. Just throwing out a lot of damage. Having to throw that shield up just for external damage. The window gets popped. The bomb gets popped. Ooh, I was not sure who was going to get hit by that. Harp ends up getting the Baby D.Va, but unfortunately, Blakeo gets taken out by the Baptiste. Oh, that Pulse Bomb! Pulse Bomb takes out 2 of Center. It's just Symmetra and Lucio here against a Tracer. Kind of some really awkward projectiles to try and hit one of the fastest characters in the game. Just an unfortunate setup, and that take of site only got them 8%. A lot was thrown out there. Beat was popped, window was popped, I think Shatter was popped there. Of course, Freeze is still really big, and Wall, if played correctly, is an incredibly massive team fight ult. They need to get onto site now. That TP goes out for the rest of the team while Galvanijo charges forward. The Blizzard gets eaten, unfortunately. We do not have Mail going into this fight. We are able to use that wall to take over site. It seems that getting the site is not the issue, it's just holding the site. Which is really strange because this is a really defense-oriented composition. But I guess the attack composition is just too strong. Unfortunately, Toonie does get taken out by that Tracer. Somewhat of a menace, as we've established. Having to just try and fight against this Bob with using this window. TP leaves. Beat is available if we can get back to site. Unfortunately, Galvanijo does fall. Beat is going to have to go out just to stall. It's still gold site, though. Ooh, unfortunate. The Beat cannot get off in time. That, I believe, is going to be first map. That's all right. This is control point, so it is best of 3. There's still plenty of room for teams to make up some ground. I do think that it being the first map, you know, you kind of have to adjust to a team's sort of pace. And we've established that this is a very pokey, very, and I don't mean this in any offensive way, a very annoying team with a Tracer buzzing around your head and just a Baptiste sort of tapping you while jumping around. You know, it's just an annoying little picks there that are gonna get you. But I think that you know, with being able to read the other team more, that does mean that they are going to get read more. So Toonie is going to be sticking that Lucio. However, Harp is going to pick up the Moira, and Who's James is going to switch off of the Symmetra. So they're not going to have that super speed, and it's going to ultimately put the teams at the same speed as they both have Lucios. Going into this fight, doesn't look like anybody's playing super aggressive here. They're trying to take right side so that they can have this foothold whenever the point does unlock. But it looks like Northeastern has taken over most of site. Toonie does get dropped by the rail. That wall goes up and it sort of dissects their team. You got Lucio on one side and Genji just able to hop over. Nice. Who's James goes up and tries to flush people off the top. It's just a lot of damage. Carp has got to try and get out of there. Ooh, Galvanijo unable to connect some of these knives. Just a quick reset there. Quick reset in order to try and, yeah, no, you can't really help a Reaper out too much if the fade is down. All right, now 4 of the team is now back. We do have Coalescence. Coalescence is a really big aggressive ult and could lead to Gold taking the side here. As we've seen, taking the side is something that Gold can do quite often. Toonie looking for maybe some boops, but gonna try and stick with team here. That Genji kind of being ignored by Carp. That's a lot of low health teammates right there. Who's James just trying to find some healers, some support. Unfortunately, just too much damage is being thrown around. Toonie is able to make it out again. I almost jinxed him there. Everybody having to regroup. It's only to 60%. It's only to 60%, so it's plenty of time for a handful more fights. Unfortunately, 4 ultimates are going to be available at the start of this next fight for Northeastern. So it doesn't look super great, especially whenever Toonie gets picked there by the rail. However, Carp does even it up and takes out the Genji. Genji has been somewhat of a playmaker for them. The Galvanijo Junker Queen 1v1, having to just run around. Yeah, without the ability to get healed by that Lucio, it's just you've gone from a little bit of healing to no healing, and that's just, you know, it's not a great number of healing to be at. It's a little bit scary diving around those little holes, but you know, Toonie's got it. They're gonna rush onto the site. They need to get on now. Toonie's gonna have to go for touch. If Toonie can't get touch here, it's not gonna go to OT, and I don't think that counted as a touch, and that is gonna be the first. I think you would call that first game, but we will go on to play. I assume it is the standard, just sort of rotation. No, not quite sure on that one. This is going to be the Junker Queen for Northeastern here. At the end there, yeah, at the end there, it was a very, very aggressive push that just led to some carnage, quite frankly. All right, well, we will see you guys in what I'm assuming is escort. All right, bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Game 2. This is, if you didn't catch Game 1, this is the UKY Bluegrass Showdown. This is Northeastern versus Center Gold. Unfortunately, Center Gold did lose the last map, but which is a little bit up in the air as to how it's going to work. But we do believe it is going to be best of 5 in the current what we're used to. No, not best of 5. Best of 3. So if Center loses this one, that's going to be it. I don't know what's going on, so don't trust me. But going to this map, it is going to be kind of a standard rotation here. We've got Northeastern defending while we set up this this pretty similar looking, extremely similar looking skirmish comp. Not skirmish comp. Just a really in your face, just sort of rush. Kind of like that little wall jumps there, like Mario. But yeah, as we head into this, this is going to surely be just a skill dev, truly, as the teams are exactly the same. Ooh, Galvanijo focusing that Mei, forcing out the ice. Bluegrass going forward and taking a lot of damage, but unfortunately, we do lose 2 there. Bluegrass went really aggressive there and couldn't quite find one. Trying to dive these supports might be the call, but it's really a question as to whether or not you can on the characters that we selected. Nice, they're throwing a lot of CC there, but Toonie can't quite get out. It's so many targets to look at for Galvanijo. I don't think that. Ooh, with the no dive, maybe I was gonna say I don't know if Galvanijo gets out of there. Unfortunate. Again, this is just first point. Plenty of time. I say again, but I think this is the first time I said that. Not quite close to any ultimates. The closest ultimate that we have is that Annihilation from Galvanijo. However, their Annihilation is closer. In fact, I believe that all of their ultimates are just a little bit closer. Fortunately, Who's James does get the Mei there. They've thrown the Ramatra pretty deep, but that Ramatra has a Baptiste, so ooh, Toonie does get taken out. But the Baptiste gets taken out in return, so it's pretty even. They've walled off the Lucio and the Ram. Just trading blows here. Nice. The Ramatra gets taken out. Ooh, those are some icicles. It's always just such a I don't know, an event to watch the icicles fly out and hopefully just get you a magical head tap. All right, now that some momentum has been gotten, Center Gold might be able to move a lot more here. Unfortunately, it does look like 5 ults are up for Northeastern here. There goes the window. There's the wall that has severed Toonie off from the team. Toonie, I'm sure, just trying to speed out, save who he can here. Galvanijo taking a little bit too much damage. Ooh. That's quite scary, but that was window, and it looks like we're about to have 5 ults, save for Toonie. Toonie's a little bit far away. So this next fight, I'm sure, is going to be an eventful one with just a massive trade of ultimates. Not quite sure where anyone is, just sitting behind corners. That freeze goes out and freezes Who's James there. A lot of no dives being traded there. Unfortunately, that is turning into a quad. Hopefully Toonie can maybe get out. Oh, against the other Lucio. Unfortunate. That's a triple for their Lucio there. They did not have to pop any ults there for Center Gold, but Northeastern had to pop almost all of theirs, with the last one being popped right there. There's the window to try and combat that, but with the Mei in your backline, it's just so much damage. Who's James does take out a few. Galvanijo takes out another. This is a pretty even fight. In fact, I would say it's in Gold's favor here. Just have to land a couple of those shots. It's just Lucio now. Even if they don't kill Lucio, they should still be able to get the point. Of course, killing Lucio is always the goal. Throwing out that slow. In hopes that Lucio will a million miles an hour fly into it. Nice! Like I said, that magical little icicle from a million miles away. We love to see it. But it is all skill, though. It's 100% skill. So James throws out that ultimate, doesn't quite find anything, but that's all right. Nothing really to combo with that's that necessary of a combo. It's Ramatra stalling on point. That freeze goes out into the window. That's a really good sort of counter ultimate to try and get rid of that window. Does look like it is pretty even that Ramatra goes down. Fortunately, Tuni does fall. Nice, and the final blow goes to Galvanijo there. What a very, very close fight there. And that is just first checkpoint. All right, as the team is able to sort of regroup here, just trying to get everybody not only in the same area but on the same page, thinking about what ultimates we're going to get next, as they should have freeze and beat coming up soon, and they should definitely be taking note of that. Closest ultimate is beat, but that's not really going to do much, especially if they have a really good freeze or a counter beat. No one has 1,000 health if everyone has 1,000 health. In this little fight right here, the Blizzard does get thrown out. The Nodai is able to save Who's James, but not able to save the fight. They're going to try and get an evacuation. Oof, that just a little bit too much pressure. Hopefully Tuni can get that rollout. Not gonna try and make it super far back, because the spawn point has moved forward. Gonna try and taxi everybody, make sure everybody's staying grouped. That beat is about 80 away. It is the closest ult that we have. Just throwing out some damage. Not gonna be able to get a whole lot here. Unfortunately, Galvanijo is walled. Gonna have to try and stall for time here. Looks like the team is able to catch up, able to break that wall and aggress with. That's the beat. That's the aggressive beat. Ooh, that's a lot of damage coming out there from Tuni. Nice. Tuni on the Lucio. Of course, that was definitely a team effort. 100% a team effort, but I think that beat was something that I honestly wasn't counting on being that influential, as they have their own beat and plenty of things to counter that beat. But Tuni was able to find a nice spot that it was able to, really shine. Now Bleaku almost has that freeze up. Ooh, nice. Gonna wall off that window. It's gonna stall a little bit. They're gonna break it, but they're gonna rush past it pretty quickly. Bleaku's gonna freeze and does Blizzard in the back line. He's able to get the Baptiste. Wondering if anybody else can be gotten. I think that the beat was thrown out, so not everybody's super hurt, but we were able to get two. We were able to get the Baptiste and the Ramatra. Hopefully that Lucio right there. And everybody looking at that Mei. Ooh, hopefully the Mei can't get James. Nice. Who's James able to stay alive there? It's always incredibly scary whenever somebody with a higher DPS chases you down as Bastion. You're so clunky and big and only get turret mode once in a blue moon. All right, pushing forward here, that Bastion ult is really all that we have. The beat is at 50, but you don't count on something like that in that last phase. If a fight can really be held, then the beat can maybe save it. But we've got a minute and not that much distance to make. That wall goes out and the freeze goes out as well. I was able to freeze Galvanijo. Not really able to do much. Ooh, getting emoted on by the Lucio, I do believe. Walls going up. That didn't quite get anybody, so Bleaku was the only one that died there. Fortunately, Galvanijo was able to live, which is pretty insane, given the position that Galvanijo was in. The wall goes up to stall, and that's going to sort of cut off the team. They're not going to be able to play off that Nemesis too much. However, that's not super influential. Ooh, that is influential, though. With only 30 seconds left in this final phase, that beat and one touch might be all that Center Gold has here. If Carp can maybe stay alive for a little bit longer than he should, then he can maybe get a well-positioned window out, but it's not something that can be really counted on. It's probably just going to be a window in the center of the fight. No ults can really be made for here in this particular fight. That wall goes up and does sever off Galvanijo, but that beat goes out. Once again, a really good just counterplay. Nice. The window is actually thrown out in order to amp the heals. An incredibly smart play, as the damage really isn't going to do much whenever everybody's so sporadic. Nice, the Baptiste falls as well. It's the tank, a DPS, and a support. That is not a one map right here. There's still a chance that they have a touch, but that was an incredible fight to end it on. Nice. That Sojourn is not able to get that touch, and that beat does not make it nearly fast enough. So, fortunately, that is going to be round one, and Center Gold is going to make it all the way to 3. It is overtime, so I don't know what used to rank meant, but it is overtime, so we're going to switch sides, and Center Gold is now going to be on the defense. I wonder if we go for the same comp. It's a pretty defense-oriented comp, but that Ramatra is definitely just an attack-sided character. You know, somebody who, you know, I gain health and then gain the ability to limit my distance to 5 feet in front of me. You know, it's just somebody that's going to do way better whenever he's right in your face terrorizing you, as we saw. But as we see here, that double Ramatra is going to come out. That mirror match, you know, this is familiar. This reminds me of last season running the same exact comp every game. But what's meta is meta, and what gets you wins is what gets you wins. And you know, you got to get the bag on occasion. With this mirror comp, we shouldn't be seeing anything too different, except for maybe play styles. Looks like Galvanizio will not be playing super forward, and is probably going to be watching some flanks here, which is kind of different than the way that they played, as they played very hyper aggressive, just running down into their spawn instantly. But we'll see how fast they move on attack, as we know that they're a very aggressive team, Northeastern. All right, finally able to sort of shoot each other now. It's just a lot being thrown. Of course, they are getting flanked by almost the entire team here. They don't care about that point. They're going to leave one guy on point, and they're going to just send the whole team up those stairs. It's a lot to really shoot through here. Nice, is able to wall off the Ramatra. Hopefully enough damage can be done. Of course, having to divert your attention whenever the Ramatra is using fists is something that you just have to do, and you just have a May up there just spiking you with icicles. Able to contest point a little bit. The team is now going to drop down off of height. It was a really nice wall from Blakeu in order to start that fight, but I was just about to say it's going to count on everybody else to get these drop picks, because Blakeu won't have that much utility, and then everybody got some picks. That was a really nice fight right there. That started out with a really good nemesis as soon as Galvanino dropped. I believe he nemesis there, and it was just a really good play. It ended up getting them a big edge. Of course, with their nemesis being down due to Blakeu's wall. 91 to window. I think that this is definitely the first ultimate that we'll see. We have that beat coming up as well. Ooh, unfortunate. Blue James does get taken out by a stray rail. Tooney's going to push forward here, trying to aggress their supports. They can't heal if they're shooting at him. Galvanizio is taking a lot of damage in that Nem form. Tried to put the hurt on that May and just couldn't quite get enough. That is going to be just a little bit of a setback for Center Gold. They weren't able to hold that for as long as Northeastern was able to hold it, but it's not something that is too discouraging for this first point. Eek! Back to it. We have that beat that I think is definitely going to get used here. The window goes out in order to combat that window. It's a lot of damage coming out. The blizzard is very nice from Blakeu here. Ooh, having to jump out and then instantly ice. Ooh, that was a lovely little play there. Ooh, unfortunately, Who's James does kill himself with his nade. Able to stagger that Baptiste quite a bit. It's going to delay their next push. I don't think that there will be a team fight until about a minute and 15. The beat is still up. Galvanizio just used regular Nemesis. That was not Annihilation. That got him a double there. I think that a beat into Annihilation is quite vicious if able to keep up, and with speed, that's definitely something that can happen. Ooh, that Bastion ult goes out. Can't quite find much. And that beat goes out, and it's going to be met by a freeze. Who's James not in the freeze, and is going to maybe try and save some of his teammates. Not really much you can do. Bastion basics are not the best sort of kit. Carp gonna maybe try and live here. Kind of I would almost say like a risky play, as they're now all chasing him down, and he won't be here for this next fight happening basically in their spawn. Hopefully this Lucio can make it out. But I keep seeing red and think it's the enemy Lucio. Ooh, that was really nice. Who's James makes it back and instantly gets a pick with the nade. All right, as the teams put forward, that was the first checkpoint, and so the time has been refreshed. But beat was the only ultimate used in that little bit. Weird T-posing Ramantra right there. Annihilation still on the table. A drop down out of that window into Annihilation could be the move, but if everybody can just run away from you, it's definitely not. You also probably want to play for point here. That window's up as well. Ooh, it looks like two of the people, looks like the Sojourn and the Lucio, are gonna try and flank as that Annihilation comes out from Galvanijo. I think met by the other Ramantra ult. It's kind of hard to tell. They're gonna just try and tick damage each other to death. Just trading ticks. That window comes out to maybe try and preserve this this stall that they've had here. Turret mode to try and help a little bit, but that wall comes out. Whenever James has to put his character at a screeching halt, it's just hard to. Ooh, that was a nice little get out from the supports there. Yeah, it's hard to get around that wall whenever you're in turret mode. It's, you know, basically just marked you for death if you can't instantly kill the people aggressing at you. That is going to be the second checkpoint. The team now has 3 minutes to make it to the end in order to make it 3-3. Just trying to maintain some sort of stability here. It does look like Blakeu is about to get flanked by a Lucio, which is kind of scary. Having to ice early in this fight. Ooh, Carp gets taken out by the Nemesis form, and there's the Sojourn ult that's able to do a ton of damage. There is still one more fight left in here. This isn't going to be quite it, but it's going to have to be a fight and then a hold for about a minute and a half.
Like it never happened.
Trying to just set up Toonie so that Toonie can hit that Lucio rollout. It's a lot of scattered play. I think that they realize that all standing in one congested point is just kind of killing them, and so they're having to run around. But that beat is able to hit everybody, even Galvanijo, who's way in their backline. Ooh, the turret mode to try and combat some of the Nemesis. There's just a Ramantra pushing your backline in, and there's not a whole lot that you can do. Of course, Galvanijo is still alive. He's going to Nem form. That Mei is hurt. Can maybe try and throw out a couple blows, but the point is being contested, but not anymore. I don't think that Carp's gonna make it to that. Unfortunate. A couple swaps for the touch and just not able to make it. So that is 3-3. We now are going to I think, is it switching sides automatically, or do we play this again? I forget how it works as to who will be on what side. But Center Gold will have a minute on their attack, which is, I think, we're now doing. And Northeastern will have 2 minutes and 25 seconds to make it just as far as Center Gold got in a minute. Definitely going to be a feat, but I think that if anybody can do it, it is definitely Center Gold. Doesn't look like they're, I was just about to say, doesn't look like they're looking to mix it up too much. Blakeu maybe teasing the Junkrat a little bit. I personally, I can't say what would be the play here. I don't know exactly what you would need to mix up in order to make this work, or if you need to mix anything up. I think that if they have faith in this comp, then I have faith in this comp, and quite frankly, that's just how it is. All right, as these doors unlock, hopefully we don't get anybody instantly picked or anything like that. That Sojourn rail can certainly be quite a nuisance. Just lay into the Bastion a whole bunch, and then it instantly takes out your Baptiste. It's very annoying. Galvanijo taking a lot of damage, but deciding to push forward through it. That wall goes up, and James is having to just blast through it. Not able to get a whole lot of usage out of that turret mode, but still doing a decent amount of damage. Trying to focus that Mei, still really hurt. Unfortunately, that rail does take out James, but Blakeu was able to get the Lucio. It's a support for a DPS, which isn't that bad, but Harp gets taken out, but then Galvanijo takes out their Baptiste, and then Galvanijo gets taken out. It's a handful of trades that, unfortunately, Blakeu is going to get taken out at the last little bit there. Toonie should be able to get this touch. Unfortunately, Toonie's position is revealed, so they might be able to just collapse on that. But they're going to make it to the point. That was a lot of trades that went there, so even though that was kind of a Northeastern win, it still didn't mean that we didn't get any sort of distance with the point, as we now have control. They're throwing up that turret, but that wall is going to be quite a nuisance there. Who's James getting taken out even in turret mode. Nodai goes down and is not going to help anymore. Ooh, that health pack was gained, but just too many people focusing on Carp there. That's the annihilation, and it doesn't quite do much whenever met with another annihilation. Who's James was maybe looking for a touch there with a tracer, but just couldn't quite reach it in time. All right, now we are going to switch sides. They didn't make it very far, so this has to be a perfect hold here. Center Gold will have to choose a comp and count on basically 0 deaths, and if they are death, they need to be quick and they need to be accompanied by some sort of movement ability. Muted entire first round. I could see how that would be. I don't know if that's BM. But as we go into this, it doesn't look like we're going for any more comp swaps. It may be a little bit, as I said in the beginning, it's going to be kind of just like plays and just whether or not you can hit your shots in this specific moment that really determines things. And this play is a little bit cheeky. The crouch walk, the Ramatra crouch walk up to a point, looking for a really aggressive start. But like I said, it's a really just the composition is not going to determine the game at all, because it is a mirror comp, and so it might be a little moment of, you know, we really want to make sure that this can work. We want to make this happen. And to just look on either side, looking for him. We're going to start with this really aggressive play. Galvanijo is able to push way forward, and they don't make that much progress going outside of these doors. Of course, this is kind of needed. They need to have this perfect hold. If they push it really like that far, if they push it like 20 meters, that is going to be the end of the game. It's 30 meters, but unfortunately, Galvanijo does get walled here. I don't know if Galvanijo is making it out of this one. I say that, but the no-die comes out. That was a fantastic no-die from Carp. Toonie taking just too much damage from that slow, so they're now down a support. Oh, and Carp walled off. Unfortunately, I was gonna say unfortunately. Fortunately, Carp was able to jump up and throw out a little bit more heals before he died. Blakeu in the back, hoping for maybe a touch, but gets found. Oh, but who's James? Who's James still here to be able to contest? It's not something that's gonna last super long, but Toonie is able to make it back. I don't think that hold is gonna last very long, and it does not. Very good games, very close. I think that was all a really fun game, a really fun. I don't like casting mirror matches, but mirror matches can certainly be fun to play. It's very confusing, this Galvanijo play. Ooh, nice. This was a really good combo with the freeze, just slamming all of these just statues basically, and then the really close. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna get all of it, but it ended up killing the Sojourn there. All right. Well, that is gonna be the game. That it?
There might be one at 9, but we have to see if we get stream permissions first. So for now, it's goodbye. See you at 9, maybe, or not.
All right. See ya.
Good night, possibly.